And now we set the Wayback Machine for the year 1986. We're going to go back and take a look at a current world champion, one of the best fighters pound for pound in the world today, the Little Hands of Stone, Michael Carbajal, back when he was just a young pup, fighting in the 106-pound division, the Region 9 finals back from approximately 1986. He'll take on very tough JEFF LOPEZ, who was the Utah state champion at that time. So let's go to the footage now. It's JEFF LOPEZ and Michael Carbajal, the Wayback Machine, on the 8-count boxing hour. Okay, folks, here we go now. The Wayback Machine is set. We'll take you back to 1986. Michael Carbajal, the taller of the two fighters, the young man with the white trunks, taking on JEFF LOPEZ, the Utah state champion in the black trunks. This is the Region 9 finals. We're up here in this bout taking place in Denver, Colorado. And there's a little infraction warning given to JEFF LOPEZ from the referee now, and the action continues. Of course, 1986, 2 years before the Olympics, and Michael Carbajal at this time working on the dream of making the U.S. Olympic team that went to Seoul, Korea. And of JEFF LOPEZ, I'm sure, with that same dream. A big win here will send either man to the Nationals. I'm sure they're both going for it right here, and you see that both men mixing it up now, and a good right hand from JEFF LOPEZ. Michael Carbajal, as you can see, has a good height advantage. He's tall for a flyweight. And that's one of the attributes that has helped him to gain the IBF Flyweight Championship of the World, a title he's held on to. He's undefeated as a professional. And now both men mixing it up. Carbajal was digging some good shots, some good uppercuts. Oh, and there's a big right hand that stings JEFF LOPEZ. That definitely got some respect out of JEFF LOPEZ. Carbajal now just bullying his man up against the ropes, scoring. And LOPEZ tries to fight his way off the ropes. There he lands a good combination now. Carbajal fires back. Both men doing some good work here. Good action from these two fighters. A very young Michael Carbajal taking on a young JEFF LOPEZ. I don't know if JEFF LOPEZ went on to a professional career. I haven't heard much about him if he has. But everybody knows the story of the Little Hands of Stone, Michael Carbajal, winning the world title from Moon Chai Kitty Kassam. That title was won on ABC television, and since then, a storied career. His most exciting recent fight was against Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez in that unification battle. Carbajal coming out on top, coming back from the knockdowns to knock out his opponent, the very powerful Humberto La Chiquita Gonzalez. And right now, with the rise of Albuquerque's Kid Dynamite Danny Romero Jr., a lot of talk now going around about Phoenix's world champion Michael Carbajal possibly giving a shot in the near future to Albuquerque's Kid Dynamite. And boy, wouldn't that be a great matchup. If you want to write to us, there's our address up there on the screen. Take time to write to us. We'll send you a copy of Flash or Pro Boxing Update. And we might even tuck some other goodies in there for you.
Yeah, that dude in the black.
But right now it's JEFF LOPEZ and Michael Carbajal fighting for the 1986 Region 9 finals. Again, this is vintage tape, and that ends the first round. We'll go right into the second round. There you see John Tapia warming up for his bout. Henry Anaya back there. Danny Romero Sr., Steve Hindy. There's the group from New Mexico warming up for this Region 9 finals. And you can see New Mexico was well represented. Had a man who would go on to become USBA super flyweight champion John Tapia, the undefeated professional Steve Hindy, and of course the legendary Henry Anaya from Albuquerque. So New Mexico well represented back in the mid-'80s. Again, you can see the height advantage for Michael Carbajal, and he's got a good jab. He knows how to use that height. Some fighters actually height is a disadvantage. They don't know how to use it. They let the opponent get inside and dig to the body. Carbajal's very smart, very talented, and he knows how to use that height to his advantage. So both men have been putting up some good action here in this fight. The Wayback Machine taking you back to the mid-1980s. And if you like seeing these old-time fights here on the Wayback Machine, let us know. We'll put some more on for you. And if you like Just for Kicks, the kickboxing, let us know. The Unknown Warriors, that's always fun. Fighters that I don't know who the heck they are in the ring, but they usually turn out to be some of the best fights. And now Carbajal doing some heavy scoring on Jeff Lopez. Lopez trying to move around a little bit. He's kind of in a dilemma. Whatever he does, Carbajal has the answer for it. And now the gear comes loose on Carbajal. Something with the headgear now, so the referee's gonna get that squared away. It's kind of strange when you think about it. The fans sitting here at ringside probably had no idea what they're seeing at this time, that this young man would go on to become one of the most famous boxers in the world and one of the best professional world champions around. Of course, Carbajal went on to make the Olympic team, and he ended up with, I believe, the silver medal. He lost a controversial decision for that gold medal, but he was real happy with the silver medal. It's definitely something he's very proud of his achievement, and of course that world title belt will help him feel a lot better. Again, Jeff Lopez with the reach and height disadvantage, getting pounded right now by Carbajal. Carbajal just bangs on him, and you see Michael Carbajal, a good body puncher, and there's a body shot. And it's going to be an 8 count for Jeff Lopez. So just as I was talking about the body work that Carbajal does, he stings Lopez with some deadly body shots. He's an excellent body puncher. He has a good jab, pretty good hand speed, pretty good power. So he's just about got everything it takes. And he's going to be hard to beat as a pro, and he was hard to beat back in his amateur days. Now you see him really going to work on Jeff Lopez. Bombs away for Michael Carbajal. Jeff Lopez, a very tough and talented fighter, but right now he's just taking abuse from Michael Carbajal. There's lefts and rights, got a big right hand to finish it. Lopez kind of steps out to his right. Carbajal just laying the heavy leather now on Jeff Lopez. Lopez looks like he's trying to hang on and guard himself at the same time. Carbajal continuing to bang to the body. Look at the body work by Michael Carbajal at the young age. You can see that he was well schooled on the body work, so now as a professional, body punching is one of his specialties. And body punching, which at one time was kind of a lost art, has really found a renaissance with fighters like Michael Carbajal, Julio Cesar Chavez, Danny Romero. Body punching really coming to the forefront now, and people starting to recognize how important it is. Also fighters like Buddy McGirt, Mike McCollum, the body snatcher. So the lost art of body punching really finding its way back into the professional game these days. Ooh, and there's a straight right hand. I get another one from Carbajal. Carbajal landing almost at will against Jeff Lopez. You can see that Michael Carbajal was definitely a real terror in the flyweight division back in his amateur days, much like he is now as a professional. And when you just picture in your mind Michael Carbajal in one corner and Danny Romero Jr. in the other, ooh, that's going to be something to see. And now again, Carbajal digging those body shots on both sides, body punching with both hands. Now comes upstairs. Lopez trying to fire back, but he's just being outgunned right now. Again, a little problem with the headgear of Michael Carbajal. Thanks again for joining us here on the 8 Count Boxing Hour. We hope you enjoyed that opening fight, Anthony Ione and Cardell Fox, as well as the kickboxing match with big Ernie Carrasco coming out on top in that one. Just about tearing the ring apart in the process, but they got the match finished, and Ernie Carrasco, congratulations on your victory. And Lopez lands a straight little right, but he's definitely being outgunned about 3-1 on the punching. And I don't see any way that he could win a decision from the judges. He's going to need a knockout and quick. And I don't see that happening. A big right hand from Carbajal again. I think Lopez is really getting softened up here. But he's still swinging away. He's not giving up. He knows he's going to need a knockout. And there's the bell. No, we got a headgear problem for Jeff Lopez. Okay, just a little bit of time left in this fight. Both men having trouble with their headgear. And now the referee backs him up. They're going to let him go again. Carbajal comes in with a jab, follows it with a right hand. Just missing with a big right. Maybe Carbajal starting to tire out just a bit here. He's been throwing a lot of punches. He's been real busy in these 3 rounds. And now the referee gives him the signal to box. Carbajal again on the attack. Michael Carbajal, the aggressor throughout this match, gets a warning now for a low shot. Lopez looks like he's waiting for that bell to ring. He doesn't look too enthusiastic right now. Carbajal has really given him a beating. There's a good right hand from Carbajal again. As you see the New Mexico contingent looking on. And we're going to get the decision on this fight. So no surprise, Michael Carbajal gets the decision from the judges on his way to a world title.
This is John the Dragon Moreno, and you're watching 8 Count Boxing Hour on Channel 27. It'll put punch in your life.